Hi everyone, Chris here from Cards.n.Colors. Today I'd like to do a walkthrough and review of the Arcana of Astrology deck by Claire Goodchild, also known as blackandthemoon, a cosmic card deck of 42 cards, and an instruction booklet. Well, I wouldn't call it a booklet. It's not even a little white book, just a fold out. But as small as it may seem, it can be quite valuable when working with this deck. So how come I'm making this video? Well, in my previous video, my top 5 decks I can't live without or wouldn't want to live without. This was one of the 5 decks that I mentioned in this video, and yeah, I got some responses from people asking me about this astrology-based oracle deck, and yeah, that's why I wanted to make a little video showing you all the cards if you haven't seen them before, or if you have seen them before but would like another opinion, another view. And I will walk you through this beautiful deck, and yeah, so you can see all the cards and share my thoughts with you, my experiences and whatnot. So this is a regular tuck box. And this is the fold out mentioned before. I'm going to read the keywords from this fold out to you. So, first of all, in this deck, you get 42 cards, as mentioned before, and these cards are the 12 signs of the zodiac, here starting with Aries, in the form of a constellation and a colored watercolor background, and you can see the stars forming the constellations without lines to connect the stars, just the stars in this like a window almost. And all of the cards, as you can see, depict this circle. Later on, the circle becomes the planets and the asteroids. You get the different moon phases, always the same circle, and the title or name written on the back, not on the back, on the bottom of the card. So planets and asteroids and Chiron and Lilith, and even a solar and lunar eclipse, but we'll see. So trying to get this in the middle. Put this aside. So let's start with the 12 signs of the zodiac. And here we have Aries, the first sign of the astrological zodiac, the spring equinox, and the starting of the astrological year, the tropical zodiac year. And Aries, of course, is the ram. And the key word in the little white book to this deck is assert, in a wonderful deep red. Then we get to Taurus, second sign of the zodiac, the bull, and the keyword being possess, in a beautiful purple lilac lavender color, very soothing. And here you can see the stars of this constellation. Gemini, the third sign of the zodiac, the twins, and the keyword is think, in a very vivid green. And here you see the stars, and if you're used to these constellations and maybe the stars, not the stars, the lines that usually connect the stars in the constellation, you can easily see one twin here and the other twin there with their heads, the arms, and the legs standing beside each other. Fourth sign is Cancer, the crab, keyword being nurture, And so we get this beautiful rose quartz pink color here, very warm, even a bit sensual tone, pink being the color of love, of care. Fifth sign being Leo, the lion, boast. Fiery sign associated with the sun, as you can clearly see the very great oranges here, gold and amber tones leading us to yellow in the upper right corner. And here you get the stars from the Lion or Leo constellation. Sixth sign, Virgo, the Virgin. Her keyword is analyze, and as you can see here, you also get the astrological symbol associated with the sign or planet or asteroid at the bottom. So for Virgo, we have a beautiful sky blue, and then a grayish blue, and between that a lemon yellow. Nice combination. Libra, the scales, and the keyword balance, of course. So here we get the stars and wonderful, well, is it teal? It's not really teal, it's a slightly grayish, dark blue, very serene. Scorpio, the scorpion, of course, with the keyword of transformation or transform as an action. Here you can clearly see in the constellation the body of the scorpion, the two claws here, the head, and the tail of the scorpion in a very, very deep plum, magenta, purple, burgundy tone. Very deep. Sagittarius, the archer, keyword explore, in a very deep, powerful violet, purple, spiritual color. And here in the stars, you can see the archer, the body of the horse, and the arrow. And here's the astrological symbol. Capricorn, the goat, a chief, in a very deep, earthy kind of green, in a very deep khaki, deep olive here, quite earthy, natural feel. Aquarius, the 11th sign, the water bearer, and the action or keyword here is invent. This is teal, a bluish turquoise in a way, an aquatic color almost. And the last sign of the zodiac, Pisces, the fish or fishes, as the constellation shows two fishes. And the keyword here is dream. And here we get a very deep, intense turquoise, teal, ocean, sea, aquatic color, which fits, of course, with Pisces. So there we have the 12 signs of the zodiac. They are beautiful. I'm not sure which color theory or symbolism was used when creating this deck. Claire Goodchild doesn't explain in the Little White Book why these colors were chosen. Some colors seem like natural fits to me, like this aquatic teal for Pisces, or the very deep burgundy for Scorpio, and so on. Some colors, I'm not sure. They're all beautiful and yeah, nice and nice to look at, and yeah, but they don't seem to follow any color associations that I have come across or am used to from any color theory or symbolic system. I'm not sure if this is just a very intuitive approach using colors that Claire thought felt right to her to express the energy and quality of the sign. Not sure about that. I'm pretty sure that the colors chosen are not chosen randomly. I think there is an intention behind this. Next, we have the 8 phases of the moon, starting with the new moon, of course, and the dark disk or circle, the waxing crescent. Oh, I forgot the keywords. So there are keywords for each of the moon phases and the moon phases cards. And new moon is beginning, of course. Then the waxing crescent here is initiative. The first quarter is growth. Waxing gibbous is perfection. Then the full moon, clarity. Waning gibbous, sharing. Last quarter moon, decline. And waning crescent, we have ending. So there you have the 8 phases of the moon. Then we get into the planets, and we start with the sun, the center of our solar system, of course. And the sun is called the ego, and the keyword is purpose. What is my purpose? Very orange here, glowing, amber, gold, but with a very intense purple in the middle, like spiritual fire. Mercury, multicolored, like quicksilver maybe. Mercury is the messenger, and the keyword is communicate or communication. Venus, beautiful honey, amber, slightly peachy color here. The astrological sign for Venus, like on all the other cards. And Venus is the muse, the archetype of the muse in this deck, and the keyword is create. Then we have a card that's associated with the earth. You get the green, the olive green of the earth, brown, blue of the oceans, and even some white clouds here. An equal armed cross as symbol of the earth with the 4 directions. And when you use this deck to illustrate or visualize a horoscope, the earth is of course the center of the horoscope, so you won't find the earth in the horoscope because all the other planets and asteroids and whatnot are in the horoscope as seen from Earth. So you can see Earth from Earth. At last, or well, if you do solar horoscopes or heliocentric, that is the right word, horoscopes like seen from the sun, from the sun's point of view, from the center of the solar system, then you can get the Earth as a factor in your horoscope. But that's, in a way, maybe a bit nerdy. Most people are used to the horoscopes as seen from Earth, of course. But when using these cards as an oracle, without trying to use them for illustration purposes, just for an inspiration or an impulse or something, Earth is quite a nice factor when you draw this card. Speaking of course, grounding and earthing and whatnot. And in the little white book it says, let me have a look. It's the very last card, and it's the Magician. Ooh. And the keyword is grounding. And here it's explicitly called the significator. Significator, the Magician, grounding is the Earth. So you can use, and I've done that, when using this deck, the Earth as a significator, because we are on Earth, of course. So what you can do is you shuffle the cards, all the cards, and then you look out for the Earth card and you look what is on either side of this card, and then you combine these two energies or keywords and archetypes like you would do in an astrological reading, because astrology is mostly about combining at least two factors: a sign or house and a heavenly body or planet, or two planets forming an aspect. Then we get to Mars. Mars is here the archetype of the leader, and the keyword is aggression. Very dark, deep red. And there you can see the color connection to Aries and Scorpio, the two signs that are traditionally associated with Mars or ruled by Mars, because as you might remember, Scorpio and Aries, these two signs were shown in red. So here you have it, Aries and Scorpio. And so color-wise, you can directly see the connection between these signs and the planet. Then, moving on. The new dwarf planet series, of course not a new object in our solar system, but a former asteroid, now having the status of a dwarf planet, being the biggest asteroid in the asteroid belt. And Ceres is the archetype of the mother. You can see that the colors are quite equal to the coloration of the Earth card here, with the brown and, well, the blue is a bit more tealish and the green is a bit more lush. Ceres, the mother, and her keyword is protect. I personally would also say nurture. Jupiter, the philosopher, and the keyword of expansion. And you can see this rusty color here and this taupe or beige and the very light sky blues and this rusty red. Yeah, it really mirrors the clouds and the atmosphere that we find on Jupiter. Saturn. Saturn is the oppressor, and the keyword is restriction. And when you see pictures, or maybe if you search for pictures from the planet Saturn online, you often find this yellowish gray color, and here it almost indicates the ring surrounding Saturn. Then we have Uranus, or Uranus. I prefer to call it Uranus because of obvious reasons. So Uranus is the rebel and associated with the keyword of freedom. Neptune, the mystic, and the keyword is illusion. Beautiful teal turquoise color. And again, Neptune is the new ruler of Pisces, and as you may remember, the sign of Pisces has this beautiful aquatic color too. So here again, you can directly see the colors fitting. Then another former planet, now dwarf planet, Pluto. Pluto is the archetype of the Reaper, according to Claire Goodchild. And the keyword here is death. And you get this almost metallic feel. It is not gilded or anything, but just the color combination of this beige and brown and the black makes it look a bit like bronze or something. And then we get Aries, another dwarf planet, the formerly so-called ninth planet. And yeah, it's interesting because here we have a lot of black, and then again this bronze, deep gold, metallic feel. Yeah, and Claire goes with this astrological symbol for Aries. As of now, it's not 100% clear which astrological symbol can be used or should be used in horoscopes or something indicating Aries. Some people use this, representing the apple of Aries. You very often get to see an upside down Mars symbol. So the circle with the arrow, but the arrow is not pointing to the right upper corner, but the arrow is pointing down. I think that is very often the case in online sources or apps. So Aries, what is her keyword and what is her archetype? The archetype is the destroyer, and the keyword is annihilate. Then we get into the smaller objects or asteroids in the asteroid belt. So here we have Vesta, the archetype of the keeper and the keyword of devotion, very fiery, keeper of the fire of the eternal light. We get Pallas Athena, the warrior, and her keyword or key principle is justice. Beautiful coloration with this sand, beige, brown and blue. Juno reminds me a bit of the coloration of Mercury, this multicolored feel here with the teal and the purple and then the yellow. And Juno, also known as Hera in the Greek mythology, her spirit animal or symbolic animal was the peacock. So you get maybe a hint at the peacock feathers. Juno is the partner, archetype of the partner, and the keyword is harmony. Hygeia, not sure if I pronounced that correctly, I hope so. Hygeia, Hygiene, the goddess of hygiene. Let me have a look. She is the archetype of the purifier, which makes sense. And her keyword is cleanse. And so we get this almost moon-like circle or disc here with the gray and then a pale beige taupe. Psyche, another lesser-known asteroid. Just had to have a bit of my tea here. So Psyche in this beautiful purple, pink, leading to salmon, peachy, coral. And Psyche is the archetype of the goddess. And her keyword is passion. And then after Psyche we have, of course, Eros, another asteroid, the archetype of the lover, and his keyword is romance. So here we have the pink of love and then mixed with a more passionate red. Then we get to Lilith, sometimes called the dark moon. Then it's a mathematical factor or astronomical factor, or there's also an asteroid called Lilith. And Lilith is the archetype of the shadow, and her keyword is instinct. And I love this coloration here. You get this black, and this black bleeds out into this very deep plum color, and here in a very deep, well, what is it? Purple blue, indigo even. Great color. Then we have Chiron, the little object between Saturn and Uranus. Could be a comet, could be an asteroid. And the beautiful coloration of this turquoise blue and white and the lilac violet here. And Chiron is the archetype of the healer or the wounded healer, and his keyword is reflect. So 2 additional cards here are the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse. And let me have a look. Where can I find them? I can't find them in the little white book, but I know they have to be there. Here they are. Lunar eclipse is the illuminator, and keyword is to reveal. And solar eclipse is the harbinger, and the keyword is warn. So what you can do is, as mentioned before, you can use these cards, of course, to illustrate a horoscope or a special transit or constellation happening right now in the heavens above, or in your own horoscope, transit chart, or whatnot. You can use it if you read horoscopes or work with astrology with your clients. So they maybe can identify more with what's being said. You can use this, of course, as a focus point on your altar, meditation place. And of course you can use this as an oracle. So, and when you then use this as an oracle, if you have a basic knowledge in astrology, you can use these cards, I guess. If you have a basic understanding of mythology, you can use these cards, because the asteroids and the planets are associated with different gods and goddesses. And so if you've heard the myth of Ceres, you know that she's the mother of Persephone and so on. And you know that Neptune is the god of the ocean and the sea, and that Pluto is the lord of the underworld. So you can use this oracle mythologically, or, well, use the things you know, have learned about astrology, or you can use the keywords in this booklet here, in this little white book, and combine them. So when you get 2 things together, let's say, for example, Taurus, just randomly pulled here, and Uranus. Uranus in Taurus. So, as mentioned before, if you have a basic knowledge of astrology, you might be able to interpret this. If you draw this as an oracle message in a way, Taurus being the 2nd sign and associated with the 2nd house of the zodiac, would directly lead you to the area of money, finances, worth, self-worth and whatnot, stability maybe even, sensuality in a way. Uranus associated with rebellion, with freedom. Using your wealth to create more freedom or greater freedom, or free yourself from money. Can go in both directions. So let's have a look at the little white book here. Uranus is freedom. And Taurus, according to the book, is possess. So, possess, freedom would be the message of this combination. Or free yourself from possessions when you read it the other way around. Then what you can also do is use the archetypes. So here for Uranus we have the rebel and Taurus as the bull. So you can use this in a playful way. Just see what comes up for you in your mind, or what feelings or emotions or impressions or intuitive hints when you think of the very earthy, stubborn, maybe even bull, and then the rebel. How this fits or doesn't fit. And yeah, if like in this combination, it feels like they don't go that well together. Freedom and rebellion and stubbornness and possessions. So there might be a conflict. And so where's this conflict mirrored in your life or inside of yourself? Do you maybe risk your own freedom? Are you afraid of rebellion because you're afraid to lose your possessions, your security, for example? Questions you might ask yourself when you get this combination. Yeah, I think you really get the picture. And this is, or was, my walkthrough and review of the beautiful Arcana of Astrology Oracle deck by Claire Goodchild, blackandthemoon. You can find her on Instagram and of course online. For European viewers, you can get this deck at littleredtarot.com, an online store with indie decks located in the United Kingdom, which makes it less expensive to ship such a beautiful deck to the European mainland. And yeah, if you like this video, if you like these cards, if you have these cards and like to use them, if you don't like these cards for whatever reason, feel free to comment in the comment box below. I always love to talk to you and get new opinions on cards and new experiences shared. And you can find me on Instagram, of course, Cards.n.Colors there too. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and we'll see you soon. Bye.